Hi everyone, welcome back to Art Remote Learning again. Okay, so today we're going to do some artwork about one of our shortlisted storybooks called Ellie's Dragon. This was shortlisted for the Children's Book Council Awards and it's a gorgeous book. I'll read it to you now. Ellie's Dragon by Bob Graham. Looks like a very busy shopping centre. When Ellie was quite young, she found a newborn dragon with its eyes not yet open. It crawled across an egg box. It was pale and luminous with shifting rainbow colours, like oil on water. Its little claws tickled in the palm of her hand. It was quite the sweetest thing she had ever seen. She called him Scratch. At home, she made him a bed. Scratch opened his eyes, black as charcoal. His tiny wings shivered. He was flightless as a silkworm. He wants some matches, Mummy. He wants to eat the tops off. Certainly not, replied her mum. You can't play with matches, sweetie. Her mum saw nothing but an empty matchbox and cotton wool. For a time, Scratch lived on the first floor of Ellie's dollhouse. She trained him to use the box of dragon litter. Ellie fed her beast nasturtiums, chilies, and burnt toast with barbecue coals for mains. Ellie grew a little and went to nursery. Ellie saw him. He's sweet, he said. Angie saw him too. He's gorgeous, she said. Cool, added Amber and Luke. But the teacher saw nothing. Ellie grew some more. She turned 5 and she started school. She was so excited that she forgot to take Scratch along. It clear slipped her mind. So Ellie didn't see her dragon's first flight, which was mainly downward. Ellie had her 8th birthday. Ellie, Angie and Luke were there. While the candles were still smoking, Scratch ate them. And the same night, when all were asleep, Scratch flew. Ellie's dad came to call for outings on the weekends. He never knew he had an extra passenger and that Ellie shared her popcorn. 2 years later, on Ellie's 10th birthday, Angie, Luke and Ellie came for a sleepover. But things were changing for Ellie and Scratch. Ellie still loved her dragon, but Scratch had way outgrown the doll's house. So had she. Dragons breathe fire. Dragons breathe smoke. Dragons fly. Dragons don't dance. Scratch spent more time dreaming on his fire blanket in the corner. Then Ellie was 11 and Scratch began to fade. with the boom, boom, boom of the disco poppy girls in her ears. Ellie could no longer hear the slow pump of air under Scratch's wings. The year after, Ellie could see right through him. On her 13th birthday, Scratch's breath barely melted the icing on the cake. He didn't even eat the candles. And then he slipped quietly away into the night. Occasionally, Ellie thought to look for him and almost saw the flick of a tail from the corner of her eye. She thought she smelt smoke or heard a low, fiery furnace over the fence. But Scratch had not gone. Little Sam found him wandering down the high street. A fully grown, house-trained, affectionate dragon, just looking for a new home. And Scratch will probably live with him for some time to come. Wow, what a giant dragon to have in the supermarket. Wasn't that just gorgeous? Okay, so today in art, we're going to make your own dragon. Okay, so you need to get our things together. Here is what we need. Okay, so now it's time to get started on our dragon. Okay, let's have a look at everything here we need. You need to find your dragon cutout that is in your pack. See if you can find a cardboard tube at home. There's often these laying around, possibly in the bathroom. If not, that's fine. You can make it without the tube, but it just makes it a little bit more stable. You will need a glue stick, you will need scissors, you will need some markers and a piece of white paper. Okay, so let's start cutting. Don't forget to press pause and take your time with your cutting, making sure you're very carefully going around the edges of those lines, making sure you're doing it carefully because we'd like a really nice job. So press pause on the video and cut out all the bits you need for your dragon. Now, if you'd like to decorate any pieces, you could. If you wanted to add some scales or lines, making some texture, some decoration on your dragon, now is the time to do that. You could use colours, different shapes, different lines, different patterns. It's completely up to you the type of dragon you would like. It could be a dragon from the story. It could be something that you would like to make up, use your imagination. So do some decoration. Also, you can make now is some eyes and, if you want to, a tongue. I find the easiest way to draw the do the tongue is to draw on your white piece of paper, one that you found from home, is to draw some red. That should give me enough space to make it, to cut out a tongue for my dragon. And I will just then cut out that red section. Into a rectangle. This is the bit that can go behind the face. This bit down here I can make into give it a bit of a forked tongue by cutting a triangle shape out of there, and I can glue that under my face. Get my tongue. Oh, I'll be gluing it to the back of the face to make it a little bit, make sure it looks interesting. Okay, so there's his dragon tongue. Now, if you would like to make eyes, you can cut out 2 white circles, or you could also use a hole punch. If you've got a hole punch at home, you can just punch out 2 white eyes, or you can cut them out, put a round circle in each of those. Oh, one's a bit bigger than the other. I'll make it a bit more even. And glue that one on. Oh, get it in right position. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble our dragon. Doesn't he look fantastic? Okay, so let's do the folding. See these dotted lines here? That means that we need to fold there, and we need to fold it on that line or just after that line, so we don't see the line with our dragon. We need to do it on the legs. If we fold them back, we can then make sure we don't see it. And on each of the wings they have a dotted line. Okay, now we're ready. I'm going to put some glue on my body shape, roll that around my cardboard tube. When it gets to the end, I'm going to make sure there's a fair bit of glue on here. You might need a messy mat underneath before you start gluing to make sure no one in your house gets cranky at you. Okay, now for a tummy. I'm going to cover the seam, the paper seam there. Okay, we'll roll that on. Okay, now best to do the legs first. I found something a little bit tricky with this one is you need to not put, it's tempting to put the leg right down at the bottom, but you need to put it a little bit further up, or else so make sure his toe is not below the roll. So then if you just pop it on there like that, then it will stand up a little bit easier. Making sure you've got some good glue on there. Hold him up now, I can make sure it's even. Or unfold him. There we go, rub that down. There we go, now we can stand up. It's looking good. Okay, now for some wings. Put the glue on the bit that's folded back. Bring the body up. Just check that it's the body and the wing, the folded part is going away from the body. Okay. Hold that on for 10 seconds. That helps it to stick. Count to 10. I haven't, but I'm sure you could. Okay. Let's try, I'll do it to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. We've got a good hold there now. And the last thing we need to do is put a head on. We just need some glue at the bottom of the head. Now we have a fantastic dragon. I hope you can come up with a wonderful name for your dragon. Okay, he's very cute. And I hope you enjoyed making your dragon today. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.